very pleasant day to you. Rivers Assembly begins impeachment proceedings against Fubara. Federal government falls sales of Federal Airport Authority of Nigerian staff quarters nationwide. National Youth Service Corps warns institutions against uploading unqualified prospective corps members. A beautiful day to you. Welcome to Impact News Hour on First Next News, Port Harcourt. Bringing you the news is Cassie Tony. Now the news in details. The political landscape in Rivers State took another turn on Thursday when members of the State House of Assembly began impeachment proceedings against Governor Similaye Fubara and his deputy Ngozi Odu. According to reports, they are being accused of gross misconduct. Rivers State House of Assembly Major Jack read out the notice of allegations and gross misconduct against Fubara during plenary presided over by the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Martins Amewule, the majority leader, relying on Section 188 of the Nigerian Constitution. Jack read out 7 points of alleged gross misconduct against Fubara. Some of the accusations include the demolition of the assembly complex, extra budgetary spending, withholding funds meant for the Assembly Service Commission, a refusal to obey the Supreme Court on the financial autonomy of the House. 26 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly signed the notice. After Jack laid his notice before the Speaker, who said the notice will be served to the governor in 7 days, the deputy leader, Linda Stewart, also brought forward a notice of gross misconduct against Odu. Some of the gross misconduct allegations included reckless and unconstitutional spending of public funds, obstruction of the House of Assembly from performing her constitutional duties as outlined by the 1999 Constitution, conniving to allow unauthorized persons to occupy offices without proper screening by the legitimate House of Assembly. Moving away from that story, the federal government has nullified the sale of staff quarters belonging to the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN. The decision also affects both retired and serving personnel who had purchased their official residence under an own-occupier arrangement. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, announced the decision in Abuja, stating that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, through the Federal Executive Council, approved the exclusion of all FAN properties located within and around airport environments from any form of disposal to private individuals. According to the minister, the decision followed long-standing concerns about the continued sale of government-owned properties situated in sensitive airport zone. He stressed that airport environments are designated security areas and not suitable for private residential use, particularly for individuals raising families within such zones. In another report, National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) threatened to sanction any corps-producing institution uploading unqualified prospective corps members. NYSC Director General Brigadier General Nafiu Olakunle gave the warning in Abuja at the opening of the 2026 Batch A pre-mobilization workshop with the team enhancing service delivery across the NYSC mobilization value chain. Olakunle said he had discovered issues in the chain of corps mobilization process, adding that all components must be up and doing for the process to be seamlessly and trustworthy. He warned that the scheme would not hesitate to sanction any air institution. The NYSC Director General stated, moving forward, The NYSC is fully dedicated to strictly follow standard operating procedures, strengthening collaboration across departments, area offices, and state secretariats, improving monitoring and performance evaluation, and reinforcing discipline, professionalism, and ethical behavior at all levels. Still in the news, 4 persons, including 2 pregnant women, have been confirmed dead from suspected cases of Lassa fever in Awe local government area of Nasarawa State. The death forced the state government to shut down the general hospital in Awe, as health workers, including the medical superintendent, have been quarantined. Speaking on the development, the disease surveillance officer in the area, Ahmed Yahuza Abdullahi, explained that tension began to mount when a woman was brought to a health facility in Awe with Lassa fever symptoms suddenly died before receiving medical care. He explained that a few days later, the woman's husband also died after presenting similar symptoms. Abdullahi pointed out the poor handling of the suspected cases in one of the major challenges confronting health workers in managing disease outbreak. According to him, some suspected patients who were conveyed to Lafia, the capital, for isolation, reportedly escaped, further causing tension in the area. Away from that story, the lawmaker representing the Federal Capital Territory at the National Assembly, Senator Ireti Kingibe, has dismissed the speculation that her political career is under threat of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. She said Wike had no say whether she would return to the Senate or not in the 2027 general elections. According to her, the former Rivers State governor can neither make her win nor lose, as the fate of candidates in elections in the FCT is determined by the voters. Ireti also explained that she left the Labour Party for the African Democratic Congress because the latter was a viable alternative. Coming up next is foreign news and sports. Do stay tuned. Many thanks for joining us. On the foreign scene, the U.S. has suspended all assistance to the government of Somalia, alleging that officials destroyed a UN World Food Programme warehouse and seized donor-funded food aid. U.S. State Department stated on X says President Trump administration has a zero-tolerance policy for waste, theft, and diversion of life-saving assistance. The message, posted under the account of the Secretary for Foreign Assistance, stated that report has been received about official illegally seizing 76 tons of food intended for vulnerable Somalians. The post added that any resumption of assistance would depend on the Somalia government taking accountability for its unacceptable actions and taking appropriate remedial steps. And on sports, the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Deko, says the Super Eagle bonus rule has been resolved and that the team will now travel to Marrakech for their quarter-final clash with Algeria in the 2025 African Cup of Nations. Nigerians' fine outing at the 2025 AFCON took a new twist when reports emerged that the player threatened to boycott their last 8 clash with the Desert Forces, citing non-payment of match bonuses. Deco told newsmen that the issue has been resolved and the players will leave for Morocco ahead of the match on Saturday. According to him, The delay in the payment of the bonuses was due to bureaucracy, saying the funds are already being processed. And that's it on the Impact News this hour. Stay tuned for more updates. I am Kasitoni. Bye for now.